So I've decided to buy a drill press table for my WEN 12-inch drill press. I've saw a lot of reviews that was good and a lot that was bad on this particular table. You're gonna unbox it, put it together, install it on the drill press table, and hopefully it will help you determine if you want to spend the money on this particular one or if you want to spend a little bit more on one that's just a little bit nicer. Alright, this particular table is the WEN brand model DP-A2412T. And this particular one was ordered off Amazon. You might can also order it from Home Depot. That's where I ordered the drill press from. And it actually didn't take but just a few days for it to come in. Alright, then we got the instructions. Now I like keeping the instructions, and that way if any parts are missing or if any parts break over time or wear out, you can always go to the instruction manual and most of the time order the parts from that. Most of the time they got diagrams that's pretty well laid out and parts marked, so they're easy to order. Basically a fiberboard material, and I guess one of the reviews that I saw about this slot, this T-slot, if you tighten up on it too tight, there is a good chance it's going to break out right there. So that'd be one concern that I had, but I guess worst case scenario, you can make another fence if that happened. We'll lay that aside. Here is your stop block, and it's made out, I think it's all made out the same material, this fiberboard. And then this is the insert for your table. Goes right there. Now the good thing about this, when it wears out, you can make another one pretty easy. We're gonna lay those aside. We got the hardware, and we're going to get this table out of here. All right, so the table is made out the exact same stuff, this fiberboard. Fiberboard's good for a lot of stuff. It's pretty stable, so shouldn't warp on you or anything. Now it's got the tape measures made on the table, and I don't think you're going to be able to tell. The tape measure is actually stuck to the top, so I'm not sure how that's going to work over time, sliding the guide back and forth over it. It's probably going to wear that tape out some. So anyhow, so we got the T-tracks made out of aluminum, so that should work out pretty good. And the table, is 1 inch thick, so that should hold up pretty well. All right, we're going to take the hardware out. One of the other reviews I saw was talking about the clamps that you hold the table to the drill press table with are actually a plastic. Seems to be pretty thick plastic, so hopefully that'll turn out all right. We got our knobs. Now these two knobs for these washers is going to hold the clamps down. Then we got a knob that's going to hold the stop block to the fence. These two knobs will hold the fence to the actual tracks that is on the tabletop. So for the 12-inch drill press, I think the best thing to do is take the extension off of the base that come with the drill press. Seems like it's going to be in the way. Now I'm not sure about the 8 or 10-inch drills. I don't even know if they come with the extension wing, but we're going to go on and put these studs on here, take it over to the drill, and then we're going to put our clamps on it. So I think for the average DIYer, this is going to be a pretty good setup. I don't like the T-track design on the fence. I think if you're careful with it, I think that will serve you pretty good, but I think you could be a little bit careful with that. Make sure it don't break loose. That fiberboard is not tough material at all. So anyhow, we're gonna get the hardware out, fasten it to the table, and put it on the drill press. All right, so we're gonna fasten the clamps on the table. Tell you the truth, looks like they're barely gonna catch the drill press table, but worst case, if we have a problem with them slipping off, we can always make some more out of some hardware. This one on. All right, that might work out pretty good. Not too bad. So here's the deal. Those clamp flanges are probably for the 8 and 10-inch drill presses. It's going to be for the smaller ones. Now, if we have a problem with this, like I said, we can make some hardwood clamps, it's going to catch a little further, but I think that'll be pretty good. We're not going to do any heavy duty drilling on it, so that should work out pretty good. All right, y'all, now to install the fence on the table. The head of this bolt is what is going to go inside the T-track, and then the bolt will go up through the fence, and then you'll have a washer and a knob that's going to be on top of that, and that'll make it where it's pretty easy to adjust. And then we'll put our stop block on, and it's pretty much the same way. The head of the bolt is going to go in the track, and if I was going to be extra careful with any of this, it would probably be this particular bolt, because there's no aluminum or metal track. It's just the head of that bolt that is inside that, and that's all fiberboard, so I'd be extra careful with that. Put that on there. You shouldn't have to tighten that up much anyhow. Just trying to keep it in place and from moving. Alright, y'all, I thought I could put the bolts on the fence and then put them in, but didn't seem to line up that good. So I'm going to go ahead and put these bolts on now, and then put the fence on it. Alright, so another concern that a few people had was the distance that you could drill from the drill bit to the edge of your material, because the chuck getting in the way. Now, I don't know what you would do about that. I don't think I'll be drilling anything that is that close to the edge, but I guess you could put a sacrificial piece of material down there if that was the case. So the last thing to do is put the insert in. The good thing about that is, if you mess it up, and you probably will, it's easy to replace it, and the stop block is easy to move back and forth. Just tighten the knob to tighten it down, and that's pretty much it. I guess time will tell over this tape measure that they got stuck to the surface. Not sure how that's going to work with material sliding, and I don't think you can see it, but it's actually up above the surface of that T-track too, so it's going to get some wear on it over time. I hope y'all enjoyed the video today. I hope it helped y'all out some to determine if you want to spend $50 on this table. I think the biggest concern is the T-track that is cut into the fence. It's all fiberboard. I think as long as you don't tighten that nut down too tight, you shouldn't have a problem there. And I think the distance from the chuck to the fence might be an issue for some people if you need to drill stuff right close to the edge. Other than that, I think it's a pretty good table for a drill press for at least the average DIYer. I guess time will tell how it holds up. But anyhow, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you hadn't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see y'all on the next one.